Welcome to the Mike Gardline Sports. What's going on? I know this was supposed to be recorded before the pop culture episode, but things got crossed over, and well, we're here now, and this is Mike Gardline Sports. I'm gonna try to do one of these every week. Obviously, right now things are really slow. We're gonna mainly be talking about the Jets and other free agency signings within the NFL. So obviously things are being slow right now, except free agency just happened next week. I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but for now, let's just get right into it. All right, we'll start with the New York Jets. New York Jets have made some moves, and I've noticed something. They aren't really signing anyone under the age of over the age of like 28. There's a few like outliers in there. I think we signed three people that were over the age of 28. We signed Tyler Croft, tight end. Lamarcus Joyner was 31. And then we had Keelan Cole, who is exactly 28. So let's just see. So, first day of free agency started off kind of slow. Nothing much was happening. And then, boom, the Jets signed Gerard Davis from the Detroit Lions, linebacker. He was drafted in 2017, first round, and for a first round pick, he didn't really produce that much. Uh, and honestly, I think that's why the Lions didn't, take him, uh, sign him long term. I think he's a good fit for the Jets. The Jets need a couple linebackers and like someone that could line up next to CJ Mosley. I don't know what's happening about CJ Mosley, whether they're going to trade him or not. I hope they don't, as I really like him. And I mean, he only played one game for us, and that was back in 2019. But CJ Mosley balled out that game, and like I like to see him lined up right next to Gerard Davis. This is a good move. I give this move a C plus. Obviously, he isn't a hot name. He's just average, and I think that's what Robert Saleh is trying to do. He's trying to build that defense from the ground up. Obviously, we have some core pieces. We have Quinn Williams right there. We got Marcus May, who just signed the franchise tag for I think $11 million. Just signed it, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, which is good for us. But obviously, this move is just one of many moves that the Jets made on the defense. Actually, after that happened, I think the next signing was wide receiver Corey Davis out of Tennessee. He agreed to a 3-year deal worth 37.5 million. All right, 27 million guaranteed. Another first round pick in the 2017 draft. And like again, he didn't produce his first couple of years. Last year is when he really balled out, and I could tell the Titans were going to move on from him. I think it's solid. I think like from the next moves that we'll get into, this is what we needed, because last year the Jets wide receiver core was abysmal. It was garbage. We had Brashad Perryman and like a ton of other guys I didn't know. We obviously had Jameson Crowder and Denzel Mims. Both of them balled out really well. Perryman only balled out when Joe Flacco was under quarterback, which I kind of found funny in my opinion. But no, this is a really great move. This guy can ball out. He's great. Like I give this move a B plus, B or B plus. I just like the main factor of him is like I like that he can run block, and that's something that's really good in the Shanahan system type thing. They like to use different running backs for different sort of things, and run blocking is really, really important in that. With Denzel Mims, who also can run block, the two of them, and then both of them are just studs. So I think Corey Davis is a wide R2 with wide R1 potential, and I think Denzel Mims, again, I think he's a wide R1, but hasn't quite reached his potential yet. So right there, we have two starting caliber wide receivers. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. All right. Now, here's one of my favorite signings in forever. Carl Lawson out of Cincinnati. All right. He signs with the Jets. Let's see for how much. I have it right here. Carl Lawson, right here, signs for 43 years, $45 million. I think his guaranteed money is 30,000. I could be wrong, but I love the signing. This guy, I think, had 35 quarterback hits in Cincinnati last year. 35 or 32, something like that. That's great. And I know people are going to talk about how he only had like 8 sacks, maybe less, 5 sacks. I mean, the thing is, the Jets haven't had a legitimate edge rusher since like 95. All right, and that defensive line right now is just keeps getting better. All right, with a solid edge rusher and then Quinn Williams right there. Like I really see this defense dominating with Carl Lawson. Next up, we have, I think the next person we signed was Justin Hardy. All right, Justin Hardy out of New Orleans. He agreed to a 3-year deal with the Jets. And let's see how much money that was. I have it right here. Justin Hardy. He signs a 3-year deal, $6 million. Average, I think, is 2. Yeah. So, this is tough. Justin Hardy is a cornerback, but he really thrives in special teams as that guy who can get to the returner. Like, I genuinely believe this guy is going to be great. Saints fans seem really upset that we got him. And honestly, just watching his press conference saying he's doing this for his mom and he's going to fight for his mom because he promised his mom he would do well and he's not going to let her down. But like, no. So far, the Jets are signing pretty good guys. Now, this is where, I have a couple of hesitations because, listen, I like Joe Douglas. I like him. But, let me just see here. The things that we needed was, the main thing of need is offensive line. All right? Offensive line is one of the main things we need to work on. Because no matter what, whoever our quarterback is, whether it's Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Deshaun Watson, is going to get killed if the offensive line isn't solid. Like, I wanted a Joe Thuney, all right? And I get it. He wasn't going to sign with the Jets. He just got $80 million from Kansas City. I mean, listen, I guess, yeah. We lost out on Joe Thuney. We also lost out on Corey Linsley. Like, I wanted him center from Green Bay. And the thing is, it's not the fact that he signed with Green Bay and not the Jets. It's that the Jets didn't even call. It's a position in need. I don't really care what they say about Connor and how he's the starting center and they have faith. You at least pick up the phone and call for a stud of a center like Corey. He got $62 million from, what was it? The Chargers? Yeah, the Chargers. That's something the Jets just need to work on. And another thing is the tight end position. The Patriots went out and signed Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. The Jets didn't call for any of them. The Jets need a tight end. Chris Herndon has hope to be productive, but he wasn't productive last year at all. He was healthy all year, but he just wasn't productive. What was his? Ryan Griffin? Not good anymore. He was good that 1 year, and I think that's why the Jets signed it. I don't think he's going to last that long, to be honest with you. All right, moving back on to the Jets. The Jets then sign Keelan Cole from the Jaguars, and I think this is like a wild card pick that everyone's letting go under the radar. Keelan Cole, let me just see what's hit. Again, another or he was from the 2017 NFL draft. He was an undrafted free agent, went to Jacksonville. He produced a couple of years. Last year he produced. This guy goes under the radar. He definitely has wide R 3 potential. I think he's wide R 4 because we have Jamison Crowder. But just take a look at that. This wide receiver core on the Jets is already better than it was last year. We got Keelan Cole, we got Jamison Crowder, we got Denzel Mims, and then we got Corey Davis. Yo, that's already better than Brashad Perryman. And I don't even know who our wide R4 was last year. I know we signed Vincent Smith. So we're having those backup wide Rs as well, just so we have that wide R core set. Because last year it sucked. Injuries, it was abysmal. Like we had a couple weeks where none of our receivers were healthy. It's just, and then we have Braxton Barrios. I think it's the Jets have done well wide receiver. Did I want Juju Smith-Schuster? Yes, but I think he was using the Jets as a negotiating term to get prices higher. But in the end, he took a pay cut, which is kind of stupid in my opinion. But I don't disagree for him. Going back to his old team. The Jets then signed the former Chargers third-round pick. He's guard and a center, Dan Feeney. This guy, let me just talk about this Dan Feeney guy. I'm not even going to talk about his play style. All I'm going to say is that if the Jets had to sign someone, they signed the best-looking motherfucker ever. Like, yo. This guy, he has a mullet. He has a mustache. He looks dope. He looks dope. That's all I'm going to say. He looks fucking dope. Like, I love everything about this man but his play. All right? I dislike his play only because he's not that big, or it's not about big names, but he's a backup. He's a backup offensive lineman. He's a backup guard. He's not what we need. He's not a starting anything. Do I think maybe the Jets could, bring back his potential that he had in college in Indiana? Sure they could. But I think the Jets need to focus more on getting those starting offensive linemen so that we have protection. If we get protection, we sign a running back RB1, yo. This team is solid. No matter who the quarterback is. Obviously, quarterback is important. I personally am on the Zach Wilson boat. I think he's better than Sam Darnold right now. I'm not saying Sam Darnold can't get better, but it's just, I think he needs to change the scenery. But Dan Feeney from the Chargers, he's okay signing. I give that a C-. I don't think, I get they're trying to get depth because a lot of injuries last year, and that really sucked for us. But I think we could have done better. There's a whole lot of other offensive linemen that we could have got, like Alexander. I don't know his last name. Villanueva, I think. Yeah, from the Steelers. He's good. I don't know why the Jets haven't answered the phone on him. Then we got safety Lamarcus Joyner. All right, safety Lamarcus Joyner. I think I talked about him. He was from the Raiders. They put him at cornerback and nickel on the Raiders. Where Lamarcus Joyner really thrived was in the Rams. On the Rams, he thrived on the Rams. In like 2017, 2018, he was thriving on the Rams at the safety position. And with Robert Saleh, he likes to use 3 safeties on the field. And honestly, he's great. Now, do I think he should be at corner? No, he played abysmal on the Raiders. Not great. Not abysmal, but just not the best. But I think that didn't do him any favors that they changed his position and told him he had to do this. He signed this big contract with the Raiders and just didn't work out. And now he's a New York Jet and he signed. Let's see what we got here. Lamarcus Joyner. Let me just check here. I have everything pulled up on one screen and I'm just looking at it. Lamarcus Joyner signed a 1 year, $3 million. Obviously, it's just a prove it deal. It's a prove it deal for Lamarcus because he signed that big contract. It didn't work out. If this works out, then I wouldn't see why not. He doesn't get an extension because let me tell you something. All of these guys right now, all of them are old or not old. They're young. They're young guys, and that's what I'm seeing from Joe Douglas. He wants to build through to the draft, and then he wants to sign free agents that are young and that will be able to stay long term if they prove themselves worth it. After Lamarcus Joyner, I think we signed, Tyler Kroft out of Buffalo. He's the one guy that's 28 years old. He was the 85th overall pick in the third round of the 2015 NFL Draft by the Cincinnati Bengals. Then he went to Buffalo in I think March of 2019. He's not the starting tight end. There's other tight ends that Jets could have signed, but he's definitely like a depth position, another depth guy. And that's who the Jets are trying to do. They're trying to build depth because of injuries and other things like that, and that's a good thing. But there are other positions that the Jets should focus on, like cornerback right now. I don't think the Jets have gotten anyone. I know Keelan Williams is out there, Richard Sherman is out there. I think, what's his name? Just got released from the Steelers. Steve Nelson just got released from the Steelers. I feel like that would be a perfect guy for the Jets. He's a stud. He's only 28 years old. But yeah, that's something the Jets should focus on. I like Tyler Kroft, but he's obviously not a starter. I'd give it another C-. And then the last person the Jets signed, which was, I think, 2 days ago, it was Sheldon Rankins, the 12th overall pick in the 2016 draft. Now, Sheldon Rankins was supposed to be like the Aaron Donald kind of guy, like as good as Aaron Donald. But injuries held him back. But when he's on the field, he produces really well. And, if he stays healthy, obviously the Jets signed him to a 2-year deal worth up to $17 million. So they think Rankins has got what it takes to stay healthy and make a big impact on this team. Now, the thing is, this defense is solid. Again, I'm going back to the only thing the Jets need to do is sign a cornerback. A starting caliber cornerback that I like. I like Bryce Hall. I like Bless Austin. But we need more depth. We need a good starting cornerback one because as much as I like those two, they're not CB1s right now. At this point, we sign one of those guys, maybe young. I like Richard Sherman. I don't think the Jets are going to get him. Apparently, that was all one big rumor that was never actually the plan, the Jets to get him. And I know the obvious Robert Saleh connection, but the people I want, the Jets missed out on so many different corners. It frustrated the shit out of me. Like, I was just pissed because they missed out on, I think, Kyle Fuller from the Bears, still one of the top 10 freaking cornerbacks in the league. He's 31. We missed out on Shaquille Griffin, 26 years old again, $40 million contract. I don't know why the Jets didn't. I get the Jets have money, but we need to sign someone. We need to sign at starting caliber, cornerback. Kyle Fuller was 29 and only got signed for a 1-year deal with Denver for $9 million. It just could have topped that and went to 10. I don't understand why they didn't. Patrick Peterson, another guy. Obviously, he's a little on the older side at 31, but again, 1 year, $8 million. There were so many people the Jets could have signed, but they didn't because he didn't. They didn't want to spend the money. Some guys they didn't even go in, like Keanu Neal, signed with the Cowboys for $5 million on a 1-year deal. The Jets couldn't top that. He would have. It would have been great. Honestly, it would have been great. The Jets definitely missed out on some opportunities. But overall, right now, I'd give free agency a B. I won't give it a B plus because again there are massive holes in the offensive line and cornerback positions that I definitely think need to be addressed. And once they're addressed, yeah, I would 100% raise it. But Joe Douglas has said multiple times he wants to build through the draft, and we have I think 9 picks in this year's draft. So I'm hoping he hits on a couple of those because obviously not every draft pick will hit. But so far he's done pretty good. I think what's his name? Ashton Davis is going to be good for us. Who else? Denzel Mims is going to work out. Mekhi Becton's already franchise left tackle. And those three are great. And they're going to, I think they're going to be on the Jets for a long time. I don't know. Either the Jets going to trade for Deshaun Watson. I don't know what's with that situation right now with all the Deshaun Watson allegations. But what I do know is I was watching the Pat McAfee show yesterday, and Ian Rappaport said that at least 5 teams are still interested and think that these allegations are they don't think they're bogus. They just think the allegations didn't affect the fact that they want Deshaun. I don't know if the Jets are one of them. He definitely kind of said the Bears were one of them and the Dolphins were one of them. And I think the Panthers are probably one of them. And I would say the Jets are also in on that. But, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Jets definitely need to work on things. Joe Douglas is going to need to hit on some draft picks. He obviously has the biggest choice to make from Sam Darnold to Zach Wilson because whoever he picks, he's going to be married to. I don't care if Sam Darnold doesn't pan out this year and he keeps him. That's his job right there. Obviously, he probably won't get fired, but I think that's if you pick Sam Darnold and he doesn't pan out, that's one step out the door. That's one step closer out the door than you were previously. Because if Zach Wilson pans out on another team, then that's just a bad look on the Jets and Joe Douglas and Woody Johnson. I don't think Robert Saleh, I don't think is going to get judged for JD's mistakes. He probably will a little bit, obviously, because there's obviously communication. They have to agree. But overall, in the end, it's Joe Douglas's decision. I'm personally on the Zach Wilson train. I like Sam Darnold, and I would like to see him thrive somewhere else. But I think Zach Wilson's special. And I know these draft experts like Mel Kiper has him 5th or last from all the quarterbacks taken last year. I'm not too sure about that. I think Zach Wilson's special. No one had Justin Herbert above him. Because Mel Kiper obviously saw Justin Herbert and then put him above Zach Wilson after this year. I don't know how true everything is about. Zach Wilson's going to be the Jets quarterback. Mark my words, it's going to happen if it isn't Deshaun or some other thing happens. But I can tell you, Friday is his pro day. I think he's going to be a New York Jet, and that decision will be made after his pro day. But, yeah, this was Mike Yardline. Obviously, we're going to talk more in depth about other things. We'll do a little more research on players. I'm going to watch some tape. I'm just going off of what I know right now. I haven't watched tape on any of these guys. I didn't really hear of them that often, to be honest with you. But I did a little bit of research, so I'm going to watch some tape, and then next week I'm going to go full in-depth in every single person's play and everything like that. This is obviously a shorter episode of the Mark Yardline, but I appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're listening on, the Apple podcast thing, click, I think, the subscribe button on there, or is it a follow button? I don't know which one. If you follow me on Twitter, that's where I post a whole lot of shit. Got my main Twitter. I got my other Twitter. But yeah, check me out. Hope y'all enjoy. Hope you all have a good day, and peace.